Bishop T.C. Lekgotho, welcome again on the Quest Podcast, Part 3, my brother. So I want us to focus now mainly on the fivefold ministries. Can you please break down the fivefold ministries?
I've been taught in the Bible school that the fivefold ministry is a human's hand.
Yeah, that's all.
And then we have this one. It's the apostle.
Apostle, yeah.
And then we have an evangelist. We have a prophet. We have a pastor. The pastor, they say they will love to marry people. They remember that as a ring finger. And then there is a teacher of the word. And all these things, they work together. And then it can work together in different personalities. Like it may be a teacher as a human being.
Yeah.
And then the pastor, like there may be 5 people that do the same thing. But in sometimes as a pastor, you are able to touch, you are forced to touch all these five ministries. Because if you are the pastor and you're pastoring in the church, and then you need also to teach them.
Yeah.
You need also to marry and bury people. And then you need also to encourage, prophetically speaking, as a prophet. And then you need also to go out, reach out to the world. And then you also need to establish the church, because the apostle is the big guy in here that is able to touch everything here. You understand? In the human hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so where do you fall?
When I started the ministry, I started as an evangelist. Then when I started to pastor the church, I became the pastor. Then when I started doing healing school, healing ministry, I started to function as a prophet. Because you have to know, of course, the problem of a person by looking deep inside the soul of the person through the eye of the spirit. You get my point?
Yeah.
You understand? You have to go deep in the eye of the spirit and trace where the fault is. Like, for example, a prophet is like the machine. You understand that the doctor use, they often wear it here. You understand? They will check the heartbeat of a patient. You understand? They know where to check the heartbeat. You understand? And the prophet is that machine that we are able to track out where a person's problem is. You understand? And then through that, we have also the gift of knowledge, but this we can spare it for next time. And the gift of word of knowledge, the gift of it's the gift of knowledge, of word of knowledge, and the gift of word of wisdom. There's no such a thing that is called the gift of wisdom. It's a word. It's a part of wisdom that you are granted, and then we'll do that next time when we have a good time to touch this. But a normal pastor who pastor the church, like myself, I was forced to access every gift in me. Mr. Mabisa.
Yeah.
No, when I was a young man, I was proposing my wife.
Yeah. The first wife?
The first wife, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? Actually, I'm just saying the first wife because I'm not yet married the second time. You understand?
Yeah.
I will soon marry the second time when the divorce is over.
Settled everything.
You understand? Because I don't totally believe in divorce like as lease. You understand? But having to speak with my wife, and she's told me that she was divorced then, and then I said that I'll give her a signature. You understand? To sign her out of the marriage. Then, when all this thing is done, then I will remarry again because I believe in marriage. Marriage is a good thing.
It's a union.
You understand? Like when I was proposing, then I said to her, I will use all my gifts, my talents, and my wisdom, my ability in me to take care of you. In other words, I will use all my talents, use it to accumulate wealth so that she can be well taken care of. And she believed that. That was a powerful declaration. Hey? You understand? And then that taught me how I can access every gift of God in me. Some of the gifts of God, they were not for mine as gift, but they were borrowed because they were needed by the particular time to be used.
Basically, it's grace.
It's graced, yes. Like when I was doing the church the other day, and then ladies, they were not able to sing. They don't want to sing. They come to church late. Then I took the microphone and start to sing. It's where I start to learn to be forced to sing. You understand? Because I was frustrated and desperate for somebody that can do the thing that I am not able to do. There where we speak about fivefold ministry, like we can have 5 people, you understand? And some other times this one can be sick and then this one can go away, you understand? And then you are forced to touch the areas that are lacking. Then we call it jack of all trades.
Master of none.
Yeah, master of none. You understand? But per se, when I start to pastor the church, I start to develop the love for pastoring. That I am not just only pastoring because I have people that I pastor with love. And then I tell you, Mr. Mnabisa, never walk closer to me. You remember the other day when we were in the where I work, when we interact on the job that we are about to do. What did I say? I said that not so long you'll be a television host, and I also professor. I work in that. Now you see, you see that I can able to touch the areas. You understand? I said, now I see you, and then I say it again publicly that I see you being a host of a powerful television program. You understand? Because now having to interview us as the pastors, the stories, and that, and also I like the fact that you say you interview us also on our own foolishness.
You
understand?
Yeah, I've realized one thing, that nobody's perfect. Even in the prayer, our Father, we always ask for forgiveness.
Yes.
And people should not treat pastors, prophets as people who are perfect, because of they're just setting you up for failure. We are people, we get tempted. I remember the famous words of Minister Farrakhan. He said that when man falls, don't laugh, but learn.
Yes.
Because you are not free from the temptations and the weaknesses the person has faced.
Yes.
Whether is black or white, man or woman, boy or girl, but don't laugh when somebody falls, but learn. For me, this is a teachable moment for everyone who's gonna be viewing this episode. It's a teachable moment. It's content that is building. We're not here to sell people lies or want us people to follow us, but we want to give people the truth. Ngindlela ngeqiniso nokuphila, John 14. The devil is a liar, is a killer, and a futhi destroyer, the book of John 10:10. So I want you, can you please break down what is the role of an apostle in a church, and what is an apostle? Who is an apostle?
An apostle is a field worker. Is the caterpillar of the church. Before the other gifts or offices go to the field, the apostle must go there Like if you see that when they open in the road,
Mm.
they send this kind of what can we say? We call this thing because this kind of this kind of vehicles.
Oh yeah.
That
clean.
that clean.
Yeah.
They destroy they pull down the trees and
Yeah.
have you ever realized that those powerful vehicles they cannot drive on the road?
Hey, they only drive. Yeah, I've realized that.
They are being carried to that place. You understand?
Yeah.
They open the road, but they don't drive on the road.
yeah. I get the another.
You understand?
I get it.
And then the apostle are those vehicles. They open the road for the pastors, and they don't drive on that road. Sir. You get my point?
I understand.
Yes. So the apostle, we send the apostle to the field to, like, if you want to shake the entire city, like I did. I shook Mamelodi for some time. I remember you're little.
I remember the first time I had an encounter with you. I think you came to Chikikana.
Yeah.
You were preaching. You were on fire there.
Yes.
You were on fire. You were jumping, like, and the message, and it was a joy to watch. And I believe you are at the peak there. Like I saw that. Yeah. Medimo is using you for a bigger purpose. I saw him, while this assembly, like, I was like, yeah.
I preach like a bullet.
You're jumping, like the energy. Do you still preach like that? Or now you've grown, or it depends on
the audience.
What kind of audience you have?
In the, like I told you when we were outside there. And then you were asking me about my outlook. How do I wear? Why? I told you that it has been long that I take a jacket or a suit.
Yeah.
And then I said to you that I want to be in the middle between being a young boy. I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
Between a young boy and to be an adult. You understand? I
become the middle child.
Yeah, I fit both in the side.
You are caught between two generations.
Yes, I fit
the younger generation and the older.
Yeah, I fit there.
Yeah.
Then I have to wear sneaker. I have to wear like them.
Yeah.
You understand? I have to relate with them in a personal point of view as the pastor. That's the function of being a pastor. You understand? Now, and then when you're young, you have energy. Like when I was young, I would preach and jump, and I can jump even now. You understand? But then I had lots of energy. I can roll. Because I remember one day when I was preaching, I had to do demonstration of Lazarus when he was coming out of the grave. And I was wearing the white suit. Then I had to roll on the floor. You understand? Because I had to demonstrate, I let people see it, and then how Lazarus come out of the.
You also grave. Like to put the element of entertainment.
The element of entertainment, making your message relevant to the generation. Talk with what they know. I remember I preached a very powerful message. Someone remember when. I started for 3 full years. I'll say, "Sweetie, walk busy," and then that song was getting famous.
I want to be free. My walk busy. I remember that song.
Yes. Yeah. Then I stood up in the pulpit. You understand? And I greeted them, and they say, I said, "Sweetie, walk busy." You understand? And they laughed, and I brought them on closer to me. Then I hid them. A lot of people got saved. A lot of people, I have lots of testimony. People are others. People are pastors today. And then because I met with them person to person in the school. I did crusade. Like
I remember the crusades you like to do, especially Kobo Mafias. Who's the the white man you used to? Who's that white man you used
Oh,
to?
my old friend, Dr. Albert Hueman.
Is he still alive?
No, he's not alive. He passed on together with his wife last year.
May his soul rest in peace.
I buried Dr. Albert first, then I buried my mother.
Do you feel like Dr. Albert played a significant role in you growing in this ministry?
Dr. Albert played a very, very important role in my life. Because like there are 3 guys that I regard top.
Who?
That impacted my life.
Who and who?
Like I told you about my childhood friend.
The one who knows maths.
Yeah, the one knows maths, and we attended high school together, and we became friends since then until today. We're still friends.
Yes.
And then my friends in ministry, you meet the guy. I preached together more than 20 years. You understand? With that man. When he was coming to Mamelodi, I introduced him to Mamelodi. And then Dr. Albert Hueman, which is close to 20 years I was with. Dr. Albert impacted me on the academical kind of preaching. Preaching after you have read. Structured kind of preaching.
Preparation.
You understand?
Stuff, yeah.
And then the guy, advocate, M. Makobe, into a radical kind of preaching. that kind of madness. You understand?
But I hope the madness doesn't bring anarchy.
Yeah.
It's just radical. But some situations they need radical.
Yes.
They need you to be radical.
Yes.
Especially as you've mentioned, you tap into prophecy. You got me so excited. You got me remembering the scripture of Nathan and David.
Yes.
Nathan and went on and told David of how he took the wife of Uriah, but in a more good approach, like the manner that he even made an example about the Iwi lamb. There's a guy who had an Iwi lamb and a guy who had a lot of cattle, and so that guy who was rich took that Iwi lamb. The guy who really loved it, they took it away from him, and it's painful to have people who take away from people who are just struggling. And the guy who said, "Who?" David said, "Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Who did that?" And Nathan said, "No, it's you, king." Yeah, you took Uriah's wife, and now the Lord is angry, and eventually the child couldn't make it. That was a punishment now from God. So another approach is the approach of John the Baptist when he rebuked now King Herod Antipas, when he rebuked him for marrying his brother's wife, Philip. He married the wife Herodias.
Yes.
So it is against the law, it is against the Bible to actually see your brother's nakedness. It's like watching your brother naked. It's against the Bible. So John the Baptist rebuked the king,
Yes.
and in a radical manner, and he was being put in the prison, and the daughter of Herodias, which is Salamina, was dancing, enticing guests. And then after the king said, "No, you dance very well, so now, Salamina, you can ask anything." And then Salamina went on to consult with the mother, Herodias, and then because of Herodias was so angry at John the Baptist, he said, "No, ask the king that you want the head of John the Baptist. They must put it in the platter." They went on, then executed John the Baptist in prison,
Yes.
and put the head on the platter and gave it to Salamina and Herodias. So the moral of the story is, we're preaching, we are radical, but we need to be aware also that there are Herodias, there are kings there who watching us and who wanna execute us. Just like Philip, who was stoned to death.
Yes.
It is part of the ministry. It is
Yes.
part and parcel of the ministry. We must be prepared for such.
You know what is different, Mr. Lambisa, with me?
Mm.
With me, I will make you angry. And then after that, when you are angry, I make you laugh. I'll speak about you. You understand? And you become furious.
Mm.
You understand? And when you are furious and I make you laugh, it means that I have many characters of how to say things.
Mm.
You understand? And then I develop it along years how to be a good speaker. You
Can't
understand?
just speak in jail.
I can't just speak, and I can speak something that offends you. You understand? But I speak it with laughter. You understand? And then I'll you know, in my work environment, I cannot mention it.
Mm.
I've just realized that almost everyone loves me there.
Mm.
You understand? Because I have charisma.
Yeah.
You understand? I will
Charismatic.
hit hard.
Charismatic.
You understand?
Mm.
And then after that, I will laugh. You understand?
But the message is.
And the message is very sharp in your heart. And then after that, I'll laugh and I'll give jokes. You understand? Or what? I am able to bring it hard. You understand? And also water you and make you closer to be my friend.
So you're speaking about apostles who are next in the church.
The evangelist.
What is the role of the
evangelist? Is the one that goes out to like I said, apostle, when we go to build the church, is the one that's going to clear the area.
Yeah.
The apostle can touch evangelism and then prophetic, pastoring, and teaching. He can do the whole of them. But the evangelist is always one to point with the finger. You understand?
It's like a young lion.
Yes, like a young lion, and when he speaks, he does not apologize.
Unapologetic.
He like doing like this. You understand? And then he's the one that bring the soul to the church. He's the one that work in the field. He's the ground worker. He's winning the soul for the church. Mm-hmm. And when the souls are won in the church, they need a teacher. You understand? They need a teacher.
Prophet.
No, a prophet.
Prophet, yeah.
No, a prophet. No, they need the teacher. They're number one.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm.
The one that is going to teach them. You understand? To abide in the laws of principle. Because I remember the mission of my church, his disciple ministries, and then I will say, teach them to observe all things. In other words, you teach them to do all things that Jesus Christ has instructed us. Teach them to do all things. You understand? So, like the evangelist, they bring the souls. And when the souls are here, they need to be taught. And then some of the souls that are coming here, they are ill. You understand? Among the flock, there are those that are broken, those that are blind,
paralyzed.
They need a prophet for healing, deliverance, restoration, a lot of things that the prophet does. Because a lot of people, they think that the prophet is the one who predicts.
And prophet has to heal.
Prophet, they do much far beyond prediction.
They heal.
They
actually see us. What is a prophet and a seer the same thing? Or?
It's the same thing. In the old, they used to call them seers because they see the battle while it's still far. You understand? Even today, there are still seers. You understand? The people that are speaking where South Africa is going out of leadership now.
Yeah.
But there are people who are saying the future of South Africa in the level of where we are today. And that we call the prophets, are the seers, are the eyes and the mouth of God. You understand? All right, not the mouth, the eyes and the mouth. The eyes and the ears of God. They are the sensing organs of God. Of the church, actually.
So how does God communicate with the prophet? Through what?
The first introduction into prophetic ministry is through dreams.
Dreams.
The first one.
Visions.
When you grow up into prophetic ministry, and then you'll also develop the sense of feelings in the body, intuitions, and then also develop the kind of listening skill. You'll hear the voice saying to you in the ear or in the soul. You understand? And the other thing is the ability to see. You understand? You are able to study, you understand, through the sight. Like what I'm saying, that the prophet, it must be a sensitive person, able to hear. Like when I sleep in my bed, even if there can be a very small movement, I hear it while I'm deep sleep. You understand? Because I am I operate much more in the sense kind. I'm able to sense, I'm able to smell, I'm able to,
in those senses, to smell, to hear, to see, to touch.
And some other times to foresee. Through foreseeing, or you see things that are still to come. You get my point. But like there is bunch of responsibilities that the title prophet. You understand?
Yeah.
And then we have the pastors, those that marry people and that carry them to, and they have authority, those people.
The
pastor. You listen to this. I'm going to listen to this. You know, it's the pastor who declare you to be a husband and a wife.
Not a prophet.
Not a prophet.
The prophet doesn't have rights to declare, or he can.
The prophet can.
If the pastor is not there.
Yeah, I'm saying how powerful the pastor is. If the pastor said, "Today I'm declaring you to be a husband and a wife," whatsoever he says about your life will come to pass. 3 seconds later, I declare you to be a wife and a husband. You understand? And then the pastor can be able to forgive sin, like when a person is dying, you understand, or is dead, and then you are able to reconcile the people in the spirit, you understand, with God through whatsoever they've done. You understand? Like for example, when I was praying for my mother when my mother was sick, first thing that I made as a pastor is to connect my mother and a God, you understand, of heaven, so that when he dies, he goes to heaven. And when I pray for people, I don't make mistake. I make a person to confess first that Jesus Christ is Lord. And then when it's confessing that Jesus Christ is Lord, the load start to be lowered. That I prayed for that particular person get healed. You understand? Now, you can see Mr. Mlambisa, all these things, they work together.
All things work together for good, for those who love the Lord and those who are chosen by the Lord to serve his purpose.
Yes.
The book of Romans 8, we are more than conquerors through Christ who strengthens us. The book of Philippians 4, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The book of Isaiah 54, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, shall prevail. The book of Psalm 19, some trust in horses, some trust in chariots, but we shall believe in the Lord.
Yes.
The Lord is my rock, the Lord is my fortress and my deliverer.
Yes.
What is your favorite scripture and why?
All right, Mr. Mlambisa, my favorite scripture is the book of John, chapter 17, where Jesus prayed for his disciples. You get my point? Jesus was about to leave. He wanted to go. It was the time for him to go out of the world into his Father's house.
Yeah.
Then he started praying for his disciples. And he said, Lord, I do not pray that you remove them out of this world. I do not pray that you remove them out of trouble and crisis. But I pray that you keep them through. You understand? What sustained me until the present days is that I said to myself, Lord, keep me through.
Hallelujah.
When I lost my marriage, and then I had to say, Lord, keep me through. You understand? When I lost my daughter, I had to say, Lord, keep me through.
Hey.
You understand? So what I'm attempting to say, I am not praying that God will remove you out of trouble, out of pains. Pains you'll face. You understand? But I pray for you to have strength to withhold or withstand. Withstand the crisis of today. You must understand that the crisis that the people of the Bible, like Peter, John, and the other people fought, are not the same as what we are facing today. Today we are facing a lot of things. As pastors, we are being disowned, we are being criticized. They speak it in national television about the pastors being bad people. Have you ever come to the sense of saying somebody has just disowned you, and somebody is coming to you and say, invest in me? You understand? That is how the pastors, how we are as the pastors. Somebody speaking bad about you. I remember one day when I was in the ministry, and another woman was telling children how bad I was. And then the children got sick the other day, and she called me. I had to go. And then my emotion did not want me to go, Mr. Blabisa. But I had to go because I am called to be a pastor. Jeez. I want you to know that some other times it's not good to wake up in the bed and go to preach. You understand? And then some other times you become very sick. You know, I remember when I lost my daughter, and then a lot of people, they brought condolences, say he's going to be all right. A lot of people brought condolences and they ask prayer.
And you still, you are in pain.
And I'm still bleeding. Then,
you are mourning.
You know what I'll do? And then I'll pray for them. And I say, Lord, I pray that you sustain them, you keep them through. You understand? So I am telling you, Mr. Blabisa, in this life of ministry is not people who go to the ministry thinking that it's about roses, it's about what do you call it? Honey and roses.
The milk of honey.
You understand? They totally do not know. In ministry, some other times honey become dry. Ministry is like marriage. You understand? Marriage is not the honeymoon. The honeymoon is the celebration of courtship, or the celebration that you celebrate winning the lady. But marriage is not honeymoon. There are things that are very, very deep in marriage that will make you to come to want to step out of that marriage immediately.
With immediate effect.
With immediate effect. You say, I don't know, I'm coming out now. You understand?
That's true.
You understand?
That's true.
And then ministry and marriage are two and the same. Remember, I am a married man, I'm a pastor. You understand? And then at the same time, I have to disciple my wife, disciple my kids. You understand? And I must also have to disciple people. You understand? Bring them to Christ and teach them, believe on them. They call me by 12 o'clock in the night, I must pick up the phone. And if I have a stupid woman, and then we say, who is calling you? Who is calling you? You understand? And then lest this particular lady remember that I married him as a pastor, and he will die as a pastor. The soldier died in the battle.
My bishop, no, me and you can speak forever. Let's park it here. It's part 3. Let's wrap it. We're wrapping it up, and then some other time I'll have to bring you back. There's a lot of things we need to touch on.
Yes.
We need to teach and educate our people. So when everything is being said and done about Bishop T.C. Lekgotho, what do you want to be remembered as?
there is this thing. Though I failed in I will not say did not say my wife failed, although it is she who divorced me.
Yeah, you never divorced her.
I did not divorce her, but I say it's me who failed. I take the blame.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I had the power to do what? What is the good English? To prevent that. What happened to me and my wife. You understand?
Mm.
And then what I must be remembered in the principle of one man who satisfy one wife for the rest of his life. That is the best definition of what I will be, I want to be.
Remember this.
Remembered. I want when my children remember me and they say, this field, we have been given it by our forefathers while I am no more. You understand? In other words, with the doctrine of prosperity and success, I am teaching people to be hard workers, to be able to be opportunistic, see opportunity when there is crisis. I'm able to teach people saying, guys, if you work it in love and you're going to grow in it. Like I told you, I was the best preacher when I was young, swimming in the suit. Because in the past days, people will donate you clothes and they will give you big size, and then you have to receive the suit and wear the suit, and then your body is small and you swim in a very big suit and you preach and like there's nothing happening. You understand? It's not like today, because when I go by myself, I go there and feed well. You understand? But in the past, and then people will buy for you. They will not give you a pastor money to go and say, go and buy the clothing. They will come with the clothing, you understand, and come to give to you. But